Hi, I'm Tom Smothers. Welcome to the original Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour. When our shows were taped, there was a war in Vietnam, the Beatles were still together, and a Ford Mustang cost less than $4,000.
And I'm Dick Smothers, and the show you're about to see is from February 16th, 1969.
That's February 16th, 1969.
That's right. And it earned an Emmy for our writers. An Emmy for our writers. And the writers were Alan Bly, Murray Roman, Carl Gottlieb, Jerry Music, Steve Martin, Cecil Tuck, Paul Wayne, Cy Howard, Mason Williams, and Bob Einstein.
Bob Einstein appears in this show as Officer Judy. Einstein later changed his stage name to Super Dave Osborne.
Why did he do that? I have no idea. Our guests on February 16th, 1969 were comedian David Fry, Liberace, and the musical group Hedge and Donna.
David Fry was a very talented impressionist and a topical comedian. Our skit, A Fable for Our Time, allowed him to use his impressions of the previous president, Lyndon Johnson.
I shall not seek, and I will not accept the nomination of my party for another term as your president.
Tomorrow I will be just another private citizen, no different from any other private citizen who is an ex-king.
The new president, Richard Nixon.
But in 1968, we have fielded the greatest volunteer army in history.
And I want to be very clear about this, Mr. President.
Former Vice President Hubert Humphrey.
You know what the vice presidency is, and so do I. We ought to quit kidding ourselves, and we ought to quit kidding the American public. You don't have two presidents of town hall at once, and you don't have two presidents of the United States at once.
I'm proud as punch to be running for king.
And a governor of Alabama who wanted to be president, George Wallace.
I don't think that any president, including the present president, would work any retribution upon any state or people because of their political beliefs.
I don't pussyfoot on anything. I call a spade a spade.
This show was taped right after the 1968 election.
Okay. Now, Liberace is one of the greatest showmen of all time, and he was a very popular and flamboyant concert pianist. And besides being a fine musician, on this show he proved he was also a really good sport.
That's right. Now here is the original Emmy-winning Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour from February 16th, 1969.
No, that was in 1969.
February 16th, 1969.